Hi everyone. Well, it's a grey old day where I live here in New Zealand, and I'm holding here a bit of beautiful South Island salmon, which is very rich in omega-3, and it's also rich in vitamin D. It is such a great food for us to have as we come through our menopause transition. And I'm also holding a box of vitamin D supplements. I bought these in Boots Pharmacy in the UK. Some of you will be familiar with these. And the combination of fats and vitamin D supplements are really beneficial to our symptoms as we come through menopause. And I wanted to talk to you about that today because I've been talking about inflammation in my coaching group. It's a private coaching group as part of the Menopause Transformation programs. I've got thousands of women in there, and a lot of women are not understanding that as when we come through our perimenopause and menopause transition and we're stepping into post-menopause, then this is a really vulnerable time for a vitamin D deficiency. Now, some of the research, you'll hear doctors and other people say that there is no research about vitamin D deficiency in menopause. So this is why I do encourage you to get your levels tested. But what we have to remember is that vitamin D is a really important compound in so many actions around the body now. And one of the things that is changing as we come through menopause is that our skin is aging and changing. Many of you will find that you've got dark spots or your skin is very dry. And what happens is that when we're exposed to sunlight on our skin, then that causes the skin to produce vitamin D, and through a number of different pathways, vitamin D is then helps to regulate calcium in the body, and it does this through the gut. So vitamin D needs to be present for calcium to be absorbed in the body. And of course, calcium is such a critical nutrient for helping to reduce the effect of osteoporosis or changes to our bone health. And calcium is also really important in cardiac regulation as well as our sleep and our brain regulation. So calcium is such an important nutrient, but it needs vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, which is why a salmon is a great source of a good quality salmon is a great source of getting of helping vitamin D do its job around the body, because vitamin D is carried with those fats. And also vitamin D is really important for the melatonin pathway, and that is to help us sleep. I was having a coffee today with a lady, and she was really struggling with her sleep, and one of the things that she didn't do was, or didn't know to do, was to get her vitamin D levels tested. And I say this to a lot of women, so because we don't just want to go out and take supplements, but we do want to know what our levels are and whether they are optimal enough for our menopause transition. Many of us work inside now, we're exercising inside. It may be winter where you are as well, or it may not be very sunny, and you've got a lot on. So it is really important that we do understand that vitamin D has a critical role in hundreds of reactions and actions around the body. So we have to make sure that it's that levels are optimal enough for us as we come through our menopause transition. Really important for brain health, brain fog, anxiety, and of course to help us sleep. So if there's one message I have for you, particularly as the seasons start to change, or those of you who've come through winter, or perhaps you're going into autumn or fall, then just make sure that that you understand the role of vitamin D in our health and the impact of that for our health as we get older. And menopause is the time when we get changes to organs around our body, particularly our skin, and that affects the absorption of the nutrients. I'm Dr. Wendy Sweet from Menopause Transformation. If you haven't done my masterclass, listen to my masterclass on menopause yet, then please do. It's 2 hours long, but you can pause me anytime. I've got a symptoms quiz on my website, and I invite you to read a lot of these hundreds of testimonials and success stories on there as well, and then decide if you want my support to come on to the 12-week programs. There's 2 different ones, so jump on the website, My Menopause Transformation, and hopefully I'll get to meet you at some stage.